Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best motherboard for AMD Ryzen.
Starting at number 5.
MSI MPG Z790i Edge Wi-Fi. The MSI Z790i Edge is the perfect ITX motherboard to use in your upcoming Intel-based small form factor gaming PC. It's reasonably priced, offers a decent feature set, and looks cool because it's a white color motherboard. Although, if you want Gen 5 SSD storage support, you'll need to look elsewhere, like this Z790i Strix ITX board from ASUS, which has PCIe 5.0 support on the M.2 slot but costs much more. This board has one PCIe X16 slot, running at PCIe 5.0 speeds. When we talk about ports and connectivity, being an ITX board, it obviously won't offer the same number of features as bigger-sized options. The rear I/O panel packs 6x USB 3.2 ports in total, 4 of them being Gen 1 and the other 2 being Gen 2. There's a 20 gigabits per second USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 Type-C port, both as a port at the back I/O, and as an internal header for your case's front I/O. For networking, it features Wi-Fi 6E along with Bluetooth version 5.3.
Coming at number 4.
GIGABYTE B760M AORUS Elite. GIGABYTE also offers amazing options for both Intel and AMD chipsets, and their B760M AORUS Elite AX motherboard is one of the most affordable B760 boards suitable for gaming, thanks to its above decent VRM quality, and an all-around basic feature set that doesn't include new technologies. It's a neat-looking white motherboard with subtle AORUS branding on the various covers and heatsinks. It supports DDR5 RAM on its 4x DIMM slots with a maximum frequency of 7,600 MHz. In terms of ports and connectivity, you get all the usual bells and whistles on the B760M AORUS Elite AX. There is one high-bandwidth USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2 Type-C port, but there aren't any high-bandwidth internal headers. It features 2x USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, one of them being the Type-C port. Additionally, the board has 3x USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports and 4x USB 2.0 ports. For networking, it features Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth version 5.3 just like the other options.
At number 3.
MSI Mag B760 Tomahawk. The MSI Tomahawk series is popular among PC builders for being one of the best mid-range motherboard options. The all-black design with a matte finish on the heatsinks and covers gives the board a minimal aesthetic. While we are now in the mid-range chipset category, hence you get less cutting-edge features, this board is still perfectly apt for gaming PCs. There are 4x DIMM slots for installing DDR4 RAM with a max supported frequency of 5,333 MHz. In this range, users can still get a decent selection of ports and connectivity. The MSI B760 Tomahawk motherboard features 4x USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, 1x USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2, 20 gigabits per second, Type-C port, and 4x additional USB 2.0 ports. You don't get features like Thunderbolt on the internal headers, but it has the usual features like an additional Type-C port to plug in your front I/O. In terms of networking, this board has Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3.
Number 2 of my list.
ASRock Z790 Steel. The ASRock Steel Legend series has been a reliable mid-range option for PC builders that are looking for unique aesthetics combined with value. This white motherboard has stellar looks with its camo pattern and customizable RGB lighting. This is an affordable, yet featureful gaming motherboard to consider in the Z790 lineup. It has 4 DIMM slots for installing DDR5 RAM, with a max supported frequency of 7,200 MHz. Speaking of the ports selection and connectivity, the ASRock Z790 Steel Legend features 2x USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, one of them being Type-C, and 7x additional USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports. But, it doesn't have any Gen 2x2 ports which run at double the bandwidth. Still, if your front I/O supports it, there's an internal Gen 2x2 header. This board has support for Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth version 5.3. You can get Thunderbolt for support as well, by utilizing the internal Thunderbolt AIC header. The board has 3x PCIe X16 slots with one supporting PCIe 5.0, one with PCIe 4.0, and the last one being restricted to PCIe 3.0.
And number 1.
ASUS ROG Strix Z790. The ASUS ROG line of motherboards has been critically acclaimed to be one of the best, and the ROG Strix Z790E is no exception. It's an exceptionally good pick among the high-end Z790 motherboards available in the market. Are you looking for the best motherboard for the Intel Core i9-13900K? This is the one, and we even used this motherboard in our 13th Gen Intel Core i9-13900K review, and it handled the monstrous high power consumption CPU like a piece of cake. We love its overall feature set too. The aesthetics are also pleasing, with tons of customizations in the Armoury Crate software. This motherboard also has an AI overclocking feature, making it quite easy to overclock your CPU if needed. Talking about the port selection and connectivity, the ROG Strix Z790E features 7x USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, one being a Type-C port. Apart from that, there are 4x additional USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, another Type-C which runs at Gen 2x2, 20 gigabits per second, and for networking, it has Wi-Fi 6E with Bluetooth version 5.3 support. The motherboard also has decent internal headers, including a Thunderbolt 4.1 if users wish to install it. There's no native Thunderbolt support, though. You can refer to our best Z790 motherboard guide to find more high-end Z790 models, but this one will easily fulfill the needs of most gamers.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.